Although we've had a great improvement in the PISA scores, we know that we still have a long way to go to be able to reach the level of the OECD countries. The reformed curriculum made a big change, a shift in the perspective of reading education. We changed from an idea that reading or maybe language education was all about teaching concepts to students, like teach them grammar, teach them literature, teach them figures of speech, you know, and to teaching them communication, sort of communicative competence.
Melancolía.
Melancolía, bien.
This is clearly related to the political context in Chile also. So this is a curriculum that is trying to introduce the ideas of democracy. So we want our students to communicate, to actively participate in society, to become active citizens. So we want them to be critical. We want them to have a literacy command that is going to enable them to understand politicians, you know. So that's a very big change. The elementary education curriculum has adopted what we call the balanced approach. We're combining the phonics and with the more like meaning-related aspects of reading comprehension, building up the vocabulary, building up the more complex grammar. Lots of students don't have the vocabulary that you need to understand anything that you read. I'm not just talking about literature. The biggest challenge, I would say, of our primary schools is to have these children come to school to hear this language that is also the language of the news, the language of the presidential speech. And so phonics is very important, but we don't have time to just spend in phonics and forget about the meaning-related things.
¿Qué dice?
We now, the researchers, understand that reading comprehension needs an active person putting their prior knowledge and monitoring if they understand or not. An ideal high school classroom for me would be a classroom that is involved all the time with reading and writing, with the focus is helping our students learn to be better readers of the more sophisticated text.
Este es un texto de ciencia ficción, es un texto de terror.
The kind of text that is more common in the society at the level of, you know, the politics, or the more academic texts that they're going to find when they go to university, and also in the more functional text that they're going to have to deal with in life. I think we have a better idea of what our classrooms should look like, our primary or secondary classes should look like, and we still have, you know, I wouldn't say a confusion, but we're not too clear yet about what we should be teaching our teachers. We've been very focused on accountability and teacher training too, but more teacher assessment. And we already have lots of tests. I think we're there. We don't need any more tests. But now we have to move to pre-service teacher education. We need to define what is this knowledge, what kind of training, what do you do when you have a student that is not learning? How much do you know? How much background knowledge do you have that is going to help you to flexibly apply that method and be able to troubleshoot when it doesn't work? And so that, I think, needs improvement. If you want to really target the problem of reading comprehension and do better, I think we have to get the families to read. We need books in the houses, and that's something that is not happening yet, I would say. Books are very expensive in Chile, very expensive, and people don't read much, and students don't really like to read. So we still have to work on that. There's been a growing awareness in the country. I guess you could ask anybody walking in the street if reading is important, and they would say yes. It's really a national thing. I guess everybody could tell you that that's one of the most important reasons why you should go to school.